All right, Mr. D. Here are blackberries.
Okay.
What do you think about them?
I think we a little good and a little bad.
This
is the good, the bad, the ugly.
Okay.
It looks like we were about 50% successful in getting the blackberry planting started here. This one is doing fine. We even have, if you go down here to the root system, we've got another one coming up from the roots, which is what these blackberries will do.
Okay.
They'll very quickly become a hedge, and they'll be hard to contain when they really start doing well. We've rapidly reached the point, or rapidly reaching the point, where we need to go ahead and set a trellis system up of some kind, because it's outgrown its fishing pole.
Yeah,
the little cane, it's kind of outgrown that. And these runners, we're going to fertilize, apply some fertilizer today, and the healthy plants are going to start growing pretty quickly now. On the other hand, I'm not real sure what happened here. I think we think there may have been some herbicide injury. Maybe in the fall it may have gotten inadvertently sprayed with some herbicide. We're not sure. I'm going to start cutting into this to try to determine whether or not there's any life left. And if I can't find any, I'm going to cut down to the point where I find life. If I don't find life, I'll cut all the way to the ground. Now, we probably ought to just leave this area, because the roots might be still alive and they may send a shoot up. But I doubt very seriously, if we don't find any light here or any life in the stem, then I think the roots probably did too. So let's go ahead and start doing that on this one. Let's check it out to try to determine. I mean, we had a leaf formed here, which tells me,
oh,
wait a minute. It's got some life there.
It's got some life in it.
It's got some life there. So we're gonna give this one a little bit of time. I'm going to go ahead and take out the dead tissue that I know is dead. Let me check this out over here too, see if there's. Yeah. Okay. So maybe this will come on out. Let's give it a little chance. I know this is dead tissue. So let me ease on over here. This is dead. This one is dead. And I'm going to have to cut it in several pieces to get it away from our bands.
It's good to know there's some life in it, though.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. But that's why you don't rush to judgment on these things.
This is true.
See, I think we're going to. You can see all of the cuts I've made. This is how brown this tissue is, so I know this is dead. So we're basically left with one stem, some possible light left in it. I'm going to go and get these a little closer to the stem. And we'll give this a little bit more time. We will go ahead and apply some fertilizer to this.
Yeah, pretty good life in there.
If this goes ahead and dies, I would say it's freeze injury, because it leaved out.
Okay. Yeah, it did. That's right.
I mean, this leaf, it leaved out, and that's this year's leaf, I think. Especially if you compare it to the size of these.
Right. It's close to the same size.
So interesting. Let's just ease on over here and let's do kind of the same thing here. I'm going to cut the dead branches out. You got to be careful when you do this, because if you accidentally cut the wrong one, you've really messed up.
Right?
You've really messed up.
I think you might have done this a time or two anyway, right?
And I've messed up a time or two. Doing a pruning demonstration one time, and I cut the wrong cane on a muscadine. It was about 20 feet long, and I'm trimming, and I cut the wrong one.
Did you realize it when you cut it?
Very quickly afterwards.
Okay.
Very quickly afterwards. It's taking the dead wood off. Now, if this were an older plant and these were in your way, this is the time to head back. Maybe take off a third of the growth. But we're not going to do that with this one. We're going to just kind of let it.
Yeah, the leaves look good on that one too.
Yeah, they look good. And this little fella right here,
will
be blowing and going shortly. Okay. And now, really, according to general rule of thumb, if you've got everything pretty much medium, which we think we do here,
Okay.
about 5.5 pounds of 888 per 100 foot of row.
Okay.
And we have 1313,
Mm-hmm.
which is, you know, not quite half,
Not quite.
or you know, almost twice as strong. If you have 1515, pretty much twice as strong, so you
Yeah.
cut that rate in half. So we have weighed this out. This is about 4¼ ounces per plant. I'm assuming that I'm going to treat about 5 feet.
Okay.
Actually, or 10 feet. As close. These are close to these critters.
What you got over there?
They're 4 feet
About
apart.
4. Okay.
4 feet apart. So I'm going to come on out here. The root system comes. This will treat 10 feet right here. So take that and let's see where 10 feet is. Further on out. Go further. Okay, that's good.
You good? You got it?
Let's just kind of lay this over to the side. So this is enough for 10 feet right here. So I'm just going to kind of lay that over to the side. And I'm going to try to make this go 10 feet.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going to try to put out about half of it. And then I want to put the other half out. Don't try to put it all out at once, because if you do, you will run out.
Okay. 10 feet. How about that?
Yeah. Because the root systems are already out here. They're already out here. Because that's got you until after harvest. And then you need to do the same thing after harvest. Late June, you need to put about the same amount out after harvest.
Okay.
And that'll get the plants going for next year.
Okay. For next year.
Right. And then again, that's just routine with blackberries. March, you hit them with about 5.5 pounds of 888 per 100 foot of row.
Okay.
And then you do the same thing again after harvest. And that's just kind of a rule of thumb, general rule of thumb for blackberry production.
Then you'd be looking to get some good blackberries, huh?
Yeah, you're not going to get a lot this year, but on a trellis, what I would do on a trellis system is I would sink a couple of T-posts in the ground, you know, and you might want to come on out pretty far and then get a panel, like a expanded wire panel, and bring it up, get as tall a T-post as you can get, and just
Go down.
right kind of alongside the plant, and then just kind of, you don't really have to do any tying, because they're gonna run, and you just kind of lay them up there and they'll take off.
All right. Well, Mr. D, we appreciate that.
Okay.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Good deal.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please click the subscribe button below.